مشاهدين مرة تاني. كنا كنا في بريك وسمعنا نبذة عن اندرو أوهيدة اللي هو رئيس جامعة استوائية أو مجتمع ساوث سودانيس كوميونيتي في استراليا. سوري. الآن إحنا هنكون معه لسه. واندرو عايزين نمشي. We go out, we will talk about Eastern Equatorial Tournament. الاستاد اللي هو أوردوغو تورنمنت كان في
اتحاد.
اتحاد.
Yep.
Would you remember some history?
Well, it's actually a very beautiful memories that we have, and the reason behind, and those who are the mentors, the people who come with an ideas, was very incredible to say it, because we were very young, around 18, 19 years old, and when to see a tournament in the name actually was Orugo Speakers Tournament in Fitihab there. It was very inclusive. It was not specifical to a specific group or a specific tribe, but it was all the groups that speaks Orugo. And we did play. The tournament was very good. It's the first of its kind in Sudan by then. And there was a lot of politics who want to join, but the organizers like yourself and Graciano and also Viasir who come and join, and a few people who join you in the end were standing firm that this is a sporting event, has nothing to do with politics. And that is the ground behind it, the success of the tournament, because if it was hijacked by politicians, then things would have gone wrong. But it was purely under a very enthusiastic group. The people who have and ideas behind them, that they want to improve the community through sport. They want to build peace, the meaning of peace through sports. They want to bring community together. They want to bring the people of Eastern Equatoria together. Because mostly when you talk about Eastern Equatoria, definitely the majority of the group that speak or share the language of Orugo. And then the tournament started, was the first year was a little bit not stable, but the interest was worldwide. Everybody was watching. We didn't have enough social media like this. There was not there. There was nothing but the word of mouth was the main media that we're using, source of information. So, but everybody throughout Khartoum, even some come from other states of Sudan to come and see and watch the final, and also draw interest from the big teams around Khartoum, big teams like Hilal, Al Marikh, Maurada, all these um, first class teams. Though they most of them came, especially the second year where we played. Teams were including the Lokoya, the Lopit, Lotuko, Logir, all the villages around, the people who speak Odugo were part of the tournament. And the tournament created a harmony. It left a legacy. Until now, it moved to South Sudan. But the engineers behind this are people, yourself, Ramadan, and Graciano, I can remember very well. Yes. And then and Yasir and the other group. The Yasir is still there, involved in sport. Of course, somebody who loves sport, you'll never change. You'll always be there around sporting events. But I'm not sure he's involved much on Munyomi Jiton. The sporting was very meaningful. It changed our life, it changed the thinking of this is from this tribe, this is from this tribe. When you play there, there is a different atmosphere that people inherit and have with them until this moment. And there is a different feelings. After the game, people join hands together, enjoy and laugh. And that is a real peace that created through a different means of life activities. So that was what the tournament brought to us. And we knew a lot of people who we don't have any relation. I don't even have a relation with other communities. But on that day, well, I was one of the players. I remember one of the wrong incident that I touched someone private place, just make sure for him to be set off by red card. And it happened, but after the game, yeah, I tried to go and apologize, but I was smashed by the guy because it's big.
Yeah.
But in the end, he came and apologized, and I was very upset, and also I apologized to him. Look at this, I don't know him. Now he become my best friend. It's just through means of sport. So sometimes, well, I'm not touching politics, but sometimes people think through the political means peace can come in a country. But that is not the right answer at this contemporary world, because now there are many means for us. Even the media itself can bring peace. We are in a global village that people can look at you as a unit. That's in general.
Yeah. Andrew, the Tuka tournament or Oluwa Speakers tournament, how the community respond, the elders of community and those of young Monyomiji, how they respond by that time?
The response from Monyomiji was completely different from the response of the elders. It was a confusing things when you look from the elders' perspective. But from us who were considered Monyomiji by then, yes, it was a beautiful thing. There's nothing better than this. You can see on your left, your friends, and the left girlfriend, the peace that we want is there. But from an elders old people perspective, some of them have a different thinking, where politics already injected in their mind. They were thinking these things, the name need to be changed. Some were thinking why other communities are involved, and this is the Odugo tournament. And the questions were there that's confusing all of them. And then politicians also want to engage, to see interest. So the government in Khartoum will look at, oh, look, this is a group, and if we can help them, we will get the vote, we will get it. Will become more at risk from the original thinking ideas from people like you, what they was solely only for sports to bring happiness, bring beautiful feelings within the community as a sporting language. But when you look at a different side of it, it was a confusing, perspective from other community members, although the majority like it.
Yeah. So we're now going to talk about the tournament now in South Sudan. They call Monyomiji tournament.
Yeah.
I think you've been there sometimes to watch the Monyomiji tournament.
Once.
Okay, can you tell me how the young ones happy by that tournament and make them come together? Like what we do, what were our ideas start from Khartoum?
I think it gives me to think of, when you create something and you see other people develop it, it become very well organized and very well motivating people. You feel a pride. You're so proud. And the good thing about the organizers, they did not forget. They really give the history started in Khartoum. They believe it and they say clearly, this tournament idea started in Khartoum. And now the group started in Juba. I did not investigate pretty much who are the people who started organizing in the event in Juba there, but I attended the tournament. From the perspective of the young people, believe me, the crime rate that is in Juba and the situation, the environment, the political tension, whatever that is happening in South Sudan, with this sport, actually bring a different dynamic into the society, different view of why people need peace more than ever before. So with this tournament, when you look at the happiness, the joy of young people, it's beyond imagination. It's this is what we want. That's what people need to look at a sport as a means of peace, a means of stability, a means of progress. Like if you develop a sport, you develop young people in a different way. And also in some countries in the world, you can see sport goes with education together. So if you don't link them, even academically, it will not sound well, because if you link academic with sports, it develops in a different way that people will feel it and see the importance of it. When you look at other members of the community now, if you look now, the name itself is changed from Oruga speakers. It become Munyomiji tournament. It is the same thing, but politics involved there, because the name of Oruga is there. They want to make it more neutral. So that's why, because they all share the word Munyomiji, all this, the Lokoya, the Lango, the Lopit, the Orugo, and yes, I think that's the main branches of community groups that speak. They share the Orugo language, but they share also the Munyomiji. The word Munyomiji apply to all of them. So it's pretty much, I support their idea, but the genesis of it need to be acknowledged. And this is some of the things that, if there is a way people can write some articles and books about this tournament, it really makes sense. I support it. Yeah, I support the idea. And I like it. I enjoy it. I was there, and I feel this is what's supposed to happen in every state. They can expand it, even to include the non-Lotuku.
I want you to wait this one little bit, but we'll talk about it.
Yep.
That real city. Andrew,
Yep.
you see the clip. It's just I make it small. Maybe
Yep.
we'll talk later about
Yep.
the tournament.
Yeah.
Do you see how happy those people there? And what you
Yep.
gonna say to administration of Munyomiji tournament?
Well, if I have a hands to shake, I can shake my hand with them and tell them, look, this is a brilliant idea. This is what's supposed to happen to many states and many community groups. It's an absolute amazing to see the happiness created by a sport among young people. Those who are celebrating, even, they're not football players, but they're supporters.
Right.
Now, just look at if you go to our area, which is it's not a hostile place, but there are conflict between villages and villages.
Right.
Imagine if these two villages meet in this tournament and they play and greet themselves in the end of the game. What does it send a message to people who are fighting themselves in the village? It is an answer. It is an answer that they need to see. See, the brain of those who are there fighting, the answer is here on the young people through sports. I probably will suggest, if this sport can be moved 1 year, the final to be played in Turin, I will be very happy to see that. Just final. It can remain in Juba, but final will be played in Turin. And those villages should be invited. And to see this tournament, their village are playing together, the happiness, young people, this generation who will really live in a world that's they supposed to be free. But the greed and conflict and instability and lack of legal guidance and relationship and even poverty that is happening across our country is costing this, distracting the life of our young people. Now, another thing can also happen through sports. Maybe academically, people can also develop a different initiative to improve academic life of our young people, those who are interested in academia. This is very important. Now these people, we should really support them in any means. If I have my means to support, or we can rally here as brothers who are out here and say, look, this is peace itself. Why can we support them? That's exactly what I can feel about.
Okay, what you can say to administration of Miami Japan?
To the administration, I would say congratulations for the tournament, for ongoing tournament. But I would love to see, maybe we can have a chat with them, maybe through this platform.
Yep.
We can have a private meeting with them and see really they need help. We're enjoying. Just thank you so much. You're bringing joy to us here, those who are outside the country. We're enjoying the tournament, the organization, the security, the happiness, the music, the songs. It's just everything that is happening. They're very peaceful. That is what we're dreaming about. Thank you for organizing this event, and we are behind you. We enjoy.
Okay, Andrew, again, we go break, we come back. So
yeah.